Hi guys, Jake Bresson here with Bresson Painting. I'm here with my son Micah. Micah, can you say hi?
Hi.
We've got a big box here to open up.
Yeah.
Micah doesn't quite know what's inside the box yet, but I do, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it before we dig into it. In 1971, a local painting contractor out of Iowa had a need for a pressure washer. So what did he do? He went out and he built a 1,000 psi pressure washer, and it was nicknamed the Mighty 1000. And from that, the brand name that we now know as Mighty M was born. It's M-I-T-M, Mighty M. Mighty, M-I-T for Mighty, M, the Roman numeral N, for the Mighty 1000. The pressure washer inside this box is a little bit more than 1,000 psi now. Let's check it out. Here's our brand new, nice and shiny Mighty M aluminum frame pressure washer. This hose here is just a little bit different than what we're used to seeing. It's actually pretty thin. The hoses that we currently run are probably about a half-inch hoses. They're a little bit thinner than a garden hose, but this is extremely thin. Pretty nice. Feels really durable, really rubbery. It's good for a max of 4,000 psi up to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. The next thing that's come out of the box here is the trigger to the wand that I just pulled out a second ago here. And this is threaded, and this has got a cap here on the end, but it's also threaded. And it looks like they've got thread tape on there already, ready to go. And the trigger here says max 5,000 psi up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit at 10.4 US gallons per minute. I think that this pump that I have here behind me, the pressure washer though, only runs about 3 to 4 gallons per minute. And that range kind of sounds like a lot of water when you're talking about just cleaning off your house, but the more gallons per minute that you have is more cleaning power and quicker turnaround time, ultimately resulting in a smaller cost to clean a house or clean a surface and get prepped for paint. Way back in that box I just pulled out Operation Manual Cold Water Direct Driven Pressure Washer by Mighty M. And then I've got the Honda owner's manual for the motor on there. It's a GX200. I wanted to make sure that I had a Honda motor on this because our previous pressure washer had a Honda motor on it, and we had no complaints. I mean, every time you pulled it, it started right up. I think that Mighty M sells it with their own Mighty M brand motor, Honda motor option, and also I think they provide a Subaru motor option as well. I just decided to go with the Honda motor option, and I think that, you know, I don't know what the price difference was on the other ones, but I think that the Honda one might have been a little bit more expensive. This does come with some assembly required. Here's the top aluminum frame, and it's got my tips on here. This pump itself is a 2,700 psi unit by Mighty M. The tips are actually color coded for a certain degree of fan width that they shoot out, and I can't tell you off the top of my head what that fan width is. We usually just refer to the color of them, and the yellow tip is a tip that we use most often as painters to get the most cleaning power out of our units, out of the pumps that we're running. I purchased this through the retailer Sherwin-Williams in my hometown. They distribute Mighty M products, and I'm not sure of any other companies in our area that distribute Mighty M. To be honest with you, I haven't looked into that. So here's the pump itself. We've got a little inlet here for chemical cleaning. We've got our water hookup inlet, and we've also got our quick connect hose to wand attachment here. And right up here we have our pressure setting. Turn to the right, pressure turns down, and then turn that up to the left and to increase maximum pressure.
My favorite!
So I don't know how I missed this when I was unboxing everything. Here's a little box, so it's got the Quick Connect low pressure detergent injector. Here it is. I think this just hooks up right down here where this little outlet is, or inlet. And then it's also got a feeder tube here that would go into your chemical cleaner or your detergent and feed this back into the pressure washer. And the Mighty M rep that I spoke with informed me that you have to use this black tip anytime you are doing chemical cleaning or using a detergent. I guess the other tips will not siphon your detergent up and into your water stream. This is the application of soap or your chemical tip, and then you would remove this tip once you have all your soap or detergent applied and rinse off with any of the other tips. So I'm just going to take this tip here and insert it right there along with the others. And it looks like this guy's going to be really easy to assemble. There's just 2 holes here on each side of the aluminum frame. I don't have a wrench on my person at the moment, but I'm pretty sure you guys can see that right there. Just these top 4 bolts right here will just loosen up, and this guy will slide in there. Put them back in, tighten them up, and then you're good to go. You're ready to run. So I just want to give you guys a little tip here with the pressure washer. One of the most important things that you can do as a user of a pressure washer is anytime that you pull the rope there and started up the motor, you want to make sure that you have your water source turned on before you start your motor here, or else you're just going to burn it up right away real quick. That's a quick way to kill a pressure washer. Another way is, you know, if you're pressure washing and you set your wand down, you know, even though you have your hose water turned on, you don't have water running through the system. If you let that go for over about, say, 30 seconds, the unit is cooled through water, through that water circulating. So if you stop spraying your water there, you know, and sit down and take a lunch break with the units running, so the unit is going to cool itself having that water circulate through it. So if you sit down and take a lunch break with the motor running and just leave the wand sitting without having water circulate through it, that's another quick way to kill an expensive piece of equipment. With pressure washers, you really want to treat the tip of your wand, your spray wand, like a loaded gun. That might sound extremely dangerous, and it is if it's misused. You never want to point that directly at somebody or yourself, or you risk an injection wound, which are painful and expensive to treat. At some point, I will get a video posted on pressure washing a house or a deck or concrete, just so that you guys can see how we do it in the proper way, you know, and the way the professionals pressure wash before they paint. Whether we're pressure washing to prep for paint or we're just pressure washing to clean a surface, those can be 2 different methods, but for the most part they're pretty similar, just one is a little less aggressive than the other. Thank you guys very much for watching another video by Bresson Painting.
Thank you for watching Bresson Painting.
If this video helped you out in any way, don't forget to click like down below to support my channel and subscribe for updates. Thank you. Units made in the USA.